how's it going? So today I have a video showing my favorite vocabulary books, and actually these are all the vocabulary books that I own. So this is basically like our collection of vocabulary books that we've used for word exposure through homeschool. In homeschool in the past few years, let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically it's like 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd grade. I believe I used these in. I can't recall if I used one for 1st or not. But yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to do a flip through of them, and I'm also going to, I put them in order from youngest age to oldest. Yet, I think you can still use all of these for a variety of ages. So this one is 365 words for clever kids. So basically, this one I would say by far is the youngest, but I still don't feel like it really has an age limit or anything like that. Obviously, I probably wouldn't use this for like a high school student, but depending on your child, but this one's the youngest one. So this one, okay, it has 365 words, and what I like the format of this because it's arranged by week. So each week has a theme, kind of a theme. If you can tell, this is like sports. It has a competition, so each one kind of has like a theme. So for what we did for like each week was for week 1, let's see, it has like 7 words, but we didn't do homeschool 7 days a week, so I would just have my daughter choose whatever word she wanted and then orally just read it out loud. So that's what we did each week. She just got to pick whatever word she wanted, and I like how it follows the weekly format. It's really neat. The pictures are very engaging. The illustration is interesting. And it has the definition of the word. I think you could use this even if you're reading it for your child, for a younger child. You could still use this and say, this is the word of the day, like even with a kindergartner. We did a very short homeschool when my daughter was in kindergarten, but I would say like starting in 1st grade probably. But yeah, so this is like, I really love this one. This is like one of my favorite ones. So that is the first one. I'm going to link everything also in the description. Okay, this is the second one. Now, I hope it's not too loud. They have people outside using lawn equipment and things like that. So hopefully it's not too loud for you guys to hear. But I wanted to just do the video. I started without noise, and then now the noise just started during the video. So hopefully it's okay. I can hear it. The video will probably pick up on a little bit of the noise. So this is a word a day, 365 words for curious minds. So this one, it comes with a nice little ribbon. So this one starts, in January. So, whatever time you start homeschool, most of us start around August or September. So that's when we started this book. So it's really nice because it correlates with the date. This is actually the one we used like this current school year for 5th grade, which is ended now. But so it's like August 3rd precisely. It says it's an adverb. I like how it tells you that. And then it has a definition. So I really like this type of style because you can connect it with the date that you're on. So, and the illustrations are really nice. So, but most of the years we just did these orally. The Dictionary of Difficult Words. So this one's like an oversized book. It's the largest one. And this one is just beautiful graphically. And this one I just had my daughter randomly, because it has so many words in it. I just had my daughter randomly pick any word any word that she wanted from any part of this book. So, and it has a definition. It also has noun, adjective, things like that. And so it has like the way to pronounce it. The illustrations really draw you in this one. You can even use this one for multiple years because it has so many words in it, but we just ended up using it for 1 year because I like to change things up, but you could have. So these we just did orally. And it's beautiful. You know, I know children, well, all readers get a lot of vocabulary exposure just through reading, but I always thought it was a very fun part of our homeschool that we really looked forward to doing that oral word. It just kind of added a little bit extra to our language arts, and that's kind of why I stuck with it, and that's why I want to make this video, because it's one thing I really stuck with from first grade. Or should I say second grade, because like I said, I don't know what I use for first grade, if I even use a vocabulary book, but yeah. This is 365 words everyone should know. And so this one is, now you don't have the color illustration in this one. This is why I have this one second to last as far as for age. So this one for sure you could use with older kids, but you could still use with younger. So this one, I like how it has the words grouped by different topics, like food and drink, familiar feelings, borrowed language, you know, words of art, music time. So this one we pretty much treated just like the last one. I just like had my daughter pick whatever, like a random, you know, word from this, and she would read it out loud every day. So this one has like little random facts in it, like did you know? Usually in English we don't pronounce the E at the end of words, but we do with this one, and it tells you how the word's pronounced. So it has like little things, and then of course it does have illustrations, but they're black and white. But even though, like, here's like book talk, it goes by sections. We kind of just ignored the sections and she just randomly chose words, but you could, you know, group them by section. Okay, so that's the next one. And then the newest one and the last one, which I think is like probably the oldest, if not tied with this one for the oldest age group. But yet, like I said, you know, like I probably wouldn't use this one with like second grade, but I'd probably use it for third on up. Not that you couldn't, but that's just my opinion. So this one is Once Upon a Word Origin Dictionary. Now, I just showed this one in my sixth grade curriculum hall, but I wanted to show it again because it fits in this category. So this is the newest one I have, and this one, you know, really doesn't have any illustrations on the actual pages. It just has that little illustration at the beginning of each letter. So yeah, so this one's a little bit, you know, a little bit more, you know, something that older reader I think would be more into. But so I got this one because I really wanted to focus this year on the origin of words, because my daughter's really into Latin. Like this one has the original Latin orbita. The words orbit was a word for the rut in the ground. So it tells you more about a little bit more detailed than the other ones, which, like I said, we mainly did orally, kind of quick, and this one's a little bit more in depth. And it also tells you if it's a noun or adjective, etc. But yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys. So that was the vocabulary books in order. Now I have two more things to show you guys. So the next thing I have to show you guys is the vocabulary notebook. This is the only year. This book, I believe, I can't recall if I used it with this one or this one. I think, you know, it's the same purpose, but I don't recall which one we used it for, because actually we used it like, I believe in fourth grade. But this was the year, only exception I made to doing like a word journal notebooking with the vocabulary word. And it worked out really great. We did it for 1 year. I really loved it. I just kind of like to keep things fresh every year, so I didn't continue it, but I definitely would buy it again. And I'm going to link it. I bought it on Amazon. The creator has her homeschool channel. It's called The Learning Ladder, and she has a really cool homeschool channel, and she also makes products. So I'll link her channel, and I'll link this product, which I purchased on Amazon, but because she sells her stuff on Amazon. Anyway, okay, so this you can use with any book you want. You can even just use like with a regular dictionary. That's another option for you guys, but I just, you know, I'm an illustration freak. I have art degree, so I just love illustration. So you know, it has all these things, like you write the word, you define it, use it in a sentence, draw it. And then right here, like it says the Greek or Latin root, but a lot of the books that we were using in younger grades didn't have that, so we skipped that part. Another word you could use, and then you could do, she has other little things like make up a poem or tell a joke. And then, so most of the days my daughter did wrote the sentence, but sometimes I would let her do it orally, like this one. I just had her do the sentence orally. So it just depends on the age of your child and what they, what you're interested in. But so she really, really, really loved drawing, the part with the drawing, the word. So it was really successful. We used every single page. And yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that. I don't always keep homeschool products, but I decided to keep this product because I really like it and it's something that she can look back on. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. Okay, so a bonus book I have for you is Ferris by Kay DiCamillo. And the reason why I'm including a middle grade novel in this video is because the protagonist in this story, who is called Ferris, is obsessed with vocabulary words. So I thought this book would make a really good language arts lesson pairing to do a read aloud, and or the child could or your young reader could independently read it, and then they could make a notebook, a word journal, whatever, with all the words in the book. And so this book is about a quirky family. It takes place over the summer, about a little girl named Ferris. She lives with her parents, her grandmother, and her little sister. And they think there's like a ghost in the house. And her little sister's kind of crazy, like just it's kind of silly girl. And it's like her aunt and uncle are also side character. It has a lot of characters, but it's like realistic fiction. It's quirky, but it's not like... I just did a whole video on all of my Kay DiCamillo books, so please go check that video out. I definitely talk about this book in that video if you're interested in Kay DiCamillo and reading it for yourself or for your young reader. So this book, I think, would make a really good pairing. So basically, the little girl references all these vocabulary words. And so, for example, it says, "I'll tell you what happened," said Shirley. "They believe that they are a genius, and they quit their job, and they get the ludicrous." Shirley stopped talking for a second or two. She said the word ludicrous again, slowly savoring it, like she couldn't believe what a perfect word it was. Ludicrous meant foolish, unreasonable. Ferris knew this because Miss Miek, I don't know, it's M-I-E-L-K, Miek, her fourth grade teacher, had been vocabulary obsessed. Vocabulary is the key to the kingdom. All of life hinges on knowing the right word to use at the right time. The difference between the right word and the almost right word was the difference between lightning and the lightning bug. Mr. Mark Twain said that, said Miss Miek. That is a quote from Mr. Mark Twain, wordsmith extraordinaire. Okay, so all throughout the book, Ferris references vocabulary words that the teacher taught her from the last year, which I believe was like 4th grade. So it shows them in italics, so you could stop. You could stop if you're doing a read aloud, or if the child's doing independent reading, you could tell them to mark every time they get to vocabulary word. So I thought of doing this in a future lesson. My daughter is going into 6th grade, so I'm not sure like if I'm gonna do it for 6th grade because she hasn't read this book yet, so we might. But I thought it'd be a very good tie into learning vocabulary words. So all throughout the book, she references its vocabulary words. So it's like, there must be a word to describe a story like that, but what would it be? Haunting. That was probably the best word. Haunting meant evocative, unforgettable. So, like I said, I wish I would have thought of this before, but I didn't count them if I would have counted them. So I thought this would be a really cool book to do like a vocabulary word journal, and I just had to include it because the whole time I was reading this book, I was like, wow, this book really is educational alongside being typical good fiction, good entertaining fiction. So I had to include it, you guys. And so yeah, and I will link that Kay DiCamillo video for you also. So that's everything I have in this vocabulary collection. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Liking, commenting, following, all of that. Thanks so much. Have a good day or night. Bye.